Alright guys, I think we're live. I think this is where I can officially do it, where no lag comes involved. Say hi, Mom, one more time. That's my mom, okay? And my meme is in the room right back there. So, today, it's just to get to, tell you guys, just a hangout type live stream. This is just, a reading one. Please don't ban this, bro. I have a weird phone. Please don't ban this, bro. I have a weird. Like, please, YouTube. I'll do anything, just so you won't ban me again. I mean, you're just ruining my dreams. I'm sorry to say that, but my dream is to be a good, successful YouTuber, and the only way to be that is to live stream. It seems to be the only thing people usually do anymore. And it's sad to see that kids can't do what adults can do. Because technically, anyone can do anything as long as they put their mind to it. And I just see that this is an opportunity for me. I didn't see that it was a bad thing to be on YouTube as a kid. I mean, look at Ryan. Ryan's toy review. He's a little kid. He gets to do good videos and not get them taken down. Why do you hate me? He's younger than me. Why do you hate me? I'm just saying, my mom is right over there, so nothing weird's gonna happen, like people accuse me of. So, right now, we're gonna be reading chapter 4 of The Hunger Games. Here we go. Chapter 4, for a few moments, Peta and I take in the scene of our mentor trying to rise out of the slippery valve stuff. Okay, I feel like reading this. Okay, I'm sorry, I know, but I will read this. But this is feel right to read it on a live stream. I feel like this live stream needs to be a little bit, time to get a little bit, crazy. Not really crazy, but with Big Nate. I know I said I wouldn't bring Big Nate to this channel, but read the book. Here we go. So let's read this book. Chapter 1. I'm getting really sick of Amanda Cornblast's obsession with horses. And in Chapter 10, only a week before the big race, Wonder Flakes come up lame. Right, lame is right. It's Tuesday morning at BBC. That's the Breakfast Book Club. And I'm half listening to Amanda rumble on about another stupid pony story. Last week it was Wonder Flakes to rescue. Today it's Wonder Flakes to the race. I'm ready for Wonder Flakes 3 the nap and Wonder Flakes 4 the coma. Teddy gives a snort that sounds, and that isn't his fault. It's just the way he laughs. Exactly like a horse doing a major lip flap. I'm pretty sure that Miss Hickson, the librarian, is going to throw a nutty, but her eyelids are at half must, which is sort of a surprise because Hickey is usually good at pretending to be interested in whatever books kids are reading, even when there's snooze-a-thons like these. Elf Wars of Thorthon, the Dragon's Bane trilogy, Advanced Principles and Theoretical Mathematics, How to Speak for Better English, The Cheerleaders Club Boyfriend Trouble, Depressing Love Poems That Don't Even Rhyme. Not the real title, but it should be. I hate to read, I'm just here for the snacks. Finally, Amanda wraps it up. Spoiler alert, Wonder Flakes wins the big race. What? You scared me to death, Mom. What the heck?
Sorry.
Wonder Flakes wins the big race, and we're all about to head for homeroom when, hang on, gang, I've got something to share with you. Uh-oh, duck and cover, everybody, unless it's food or money. I'm not a huge fan of teachers sharing stuff. Remember the time Coach John showed us his kidney stone collection? And this one almost killed me. Hickey pulls a small battered-looking book from her desk drawer. It's about the size of a stack of detention slips, and not that I've ever seen a detention slip. I discovered that this other day in school arrives. That the other day in the school arrives. She tells us it was written by a student right here at PS 38. Okay, not exactly a move the needle moment on the thrill meter. Some kid wrote a book. Ask me if I care. Her name was Edna Birkdale. Hickey says and then she just stands there smiling in that annoying I'm waiting for a reaction way that teachers have. Oh wait, who? Edna? There's no Edna in school. Never heard of her. I'm not surprised you don't recognize the name, she continues. She lived 100 years ago, which makes this a very old book. I thought the oldest thing around here was Mr. Galvin, Teddy whispers. FYI, Mr. Galvin's our science teacher. His wrinkles have wrinkles. I shouldn't call it a book, Hickey says, correcting herself. It's actually a series of journal entries about what PS38 was like when it first opened. Had no library, no lunchroom, no library, no lunchroom. Easy, Chad. And no parking lot, of course, she continues. There weren't any school buses in those days, and cars have been barely invented yet. Some people rode horses to school. Heads up, Amanda nearly knocks me out next week. Knocks me into next week with a flying elbow. Coming soon. Wonderflakes 5, the skull fracture. I wish I'd lived back then, Amanda gushes. That makes two of us, I grumble. Hickey glances at the clock. Oops, we're out of time. Save those questions for our next meeting, and perhaps Edna's journal will have the answers. Francis is beaming as we file out of the library. That journal sounds fascinating. To you, maybe. Yeah, Francis, you think celery's fascinating. For your information, celery has to be one of nature's most versatile vegetables, he sniffs defensively. Besides, what's wrong with wanting to learn about somebody from the past? That's what you did. Hello, you did a whole project about Ben Franklin. That was different, I say. Ben Franklin was an inventor, a writer, a cartoonist. He was cool. Well, maybe Edna Birkdale will be cool too. Right, because nothing says cool like the name Edna. I have a great aunt named Edna, Chad pipes, and she had one tooth and smelled like mothballs. Thank you for proving my point, Chad. Teddy chuckles. Well, I think it'll be fun reading about PS38 in the good old days. It's hysterical. Good old days. It's hysterical. That's Francis for you. He really is interested in history and celery and just about everything else. We all know he's one of the smartest kids in school, but he doesn't walk around advertising it. Francis fact, he can recite the names of all presidents in 20 seconds backwards. Like some people I know, and Mrs. Godfrey said my essay was the best she's ever read. See what I mean? Introducing the amazing Gina and her expanding ego. We get the point, Gina. You've got a big brain and a mouth to match. She spots me and struts over. Nice job at BBC, doofus, she smirks. Duh, hey, everybody look at what I'm reading, another stupid comic book. I feel my ears start to burn. If you were half as smart as you say you are, Gina, you'd know the difference between a comic book and a graphic novel, but you're not, and you don't, so zip it. Nate, a word with you, please? I spin around and suddenly I'm looking directly at a stomach the size of a large minivan. It's Principal Nicholas. The question is, which Principal Nicholas? Tender. Being a middle school principal is the greatest job in the world. Zesty. These kids drive me crazy. Sometimes it's a good crazy. Extra crispy. Hey, I told you no running in the hallway. Well, he doesn't look like he's ready to kill me. That's a nice change of pace. Nate, we have a new student. Will you show him around the school? Help him make friends, basically be his buddy for the next few days. Why, sure I will. Wonderful, come to my office after homeroom. Now it's my turn to smirk. How about that, Gina? What are you doing, Mom? Stop. Now it's my turn to smirk. How about that, Gina? He could have asked you to show the new kid around, but he asked me. Congratulations, she sneers. He gave you a job that a trained monkey could do. Unfortunately, I'm fresh out of snappy monkey-related comeback, so all I can do is stand there like an idiot while Gina slithers off. Ignore her, Nate, says a familiar, friendly voice. Principal Nicholas only asks nice people to be buddies with new kids. That leaves her out. Good one, Dee Dee. Gina must be president of the debate team, but Dee Dee always seems to get the last word. Want to know her secret? She never stops talking. So who's the new kid? Dee Dee finally asked after babbling for for several minutes about, sorry, I wasn't really listening. No idea, Tower. I just hope it's somebody good, you know? That's the thing about being the buddy to a new kid. When it goes well, it goes really well. Like when I showed Teddy around after he moved here. We were best friends in no time. But when it goes bad, that's when you end up with a list like this. I kid you not. PS38's new kid disasters. Lord Dunphy. Not a real positive person. This school stinks compared to my old school. I hate it here. I hate you all. Mike Mooch MacDonald. Don't sit near him during lunch. Hey, that looks good. You're gonna finish that? I'll finish it. Can I have just a bite? Have a bite, just a bite? Kim Cressley. She's not a disaster to anyone else, just me. Walk me from school or I'll break your kneecaps. Okay. After homeroom, I scoot down to the office to meet the new kid. It's a little weird. I don't know his name, what he looks like or anything about him, but I am supposed to be his buddy. Well, hello, Nate. Hello, Mrs. Shopolsky. You must be here for Breckenridge, she says. Breckenridge? What's that? Principal Nicholas swings open his door and waves me inside. He's not a what, Nate. He's a who. Meet your new classmate, Nate Wright. This is Breckenridge Puffington III. Well, that's quite a name. The kid gives a timid little wave. Frankly, he looks ready to wet his pants. Guess it's up to me to get this party started. Hey, I say, reaching to shake his hand. He's got a grip like a limp noodle. I felt a faint glimmer of recognition. Something about Breckenridge Puffington III seems familiar. Or does it? Have I met this kid before? So that's it for chapter 1. We're gonna read one more chapter because I'm actually gonna do my homework at 7 because it's easy. My homework is pretty easy. If you don't know, in 8th grade, I'm in 8th grade. What I do is there's this like periodic table. I have to do like this research, which I am actually enjoying. Because if you don't know, I'm a big nerd, which means I love school and I get good grades. And something about school I want to tell you guys before we read again is school can be fun, or school can be the worst thing that you've ever been to. And for me to say I hate school a lot, I now love it. For some reasons, 8th grade so far has been the best year ever. I don't know why I say that. It's a new feeling to me. And having the 7th graders that go to my school, it's a whole brand new story. Yes, my best friend moved away and other friends moved away and I don't have my pap anymore, but it's still a very interesting year. I got good teachers that would understand me. I get counseling and much more. So the year is off to a great start, and I can't wait to see what else the year holds for me. I'm hoping it holds good stuff and not bad stuff, like, fights and stuff, which I'll never get myself into. Personally, I like standing up for my friends, but at my school, you can't do that. But pretty much, I think every school is the same thing, if not almost the same thing. But, yeah. One thing I like about Big Nate Lives It Up is that I've already read it, but the thing I like about Big Nate Lives It Up is probably just the fact of how unique it is. Every Big Nate book has a theme to it that none other book actually took a road down, which is awesome because these are the first book series to actually make me want to read more. And it's the first book series that I've ever actually felt connected to. Well, my best series actually is not Big Nate, which you might think, what? No, but the best one, in my opinion, is not that, okay? And I know you might be saying, Adam, what are you talking about? It's Diary of a Whippy Kid. That's my favorite book series. It's my favorite of all time, bro. I feel so connected to that, it makes me laugh all the time. Maybe not as much as this book, Big Nate, but it's still very fun. And it's even funner than this book. Anyway, let me see. Is this still streaming or am I just talking to myself? Is this still streaming or am I... Okay, good. Okay. Chapter 2. I'd say this looks like the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Principal Nicholas announces happily as Breckenridge and I leave the office. Don't you agree, Miss Shopolsky? Absolutely. They'll be pals before you know it. Pals? I don't think so. I'm not getting a real pal vibe here. I like my friends to have a little thing called personality. So far, this kid's about as exciting as a table of contents. If I haven't met him before, it's no wonder I can't remember him. But I'm supposed to. Oh, Mom! What in the world? Every time I want to read, you go ahead and you jam the music so loud it's rupturing my eardrums.
It's part of my game.
You get it copyrighted. I'm gonna cry. I'm going to cry my eyes out, bro.
It just comes on my game.
But I'm supposed to show him the ropes. Right, well, the first period bell is about to ring, so I better let him know what he's in for. Brace yourself for Mrs. Godfrey. Who's that? He says his voice is half squeaky, half whiny and squiny. She's the social studies teacher, I tell him. I dig into my notebook and pull out a wad of papers. This will tell you everything you need to know. A day in the life of Mrs. Godfrey. Early one morning. Time for another day of tormenting children. A breakfast of coffee, sardinis, or however you say it, and raw onions give my breath a special quality. Much, slurp, slop, nerf. I can't wait to see the students' bratty little faces when I give them back their test. Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha. Soon, quiet, punks. Down now. Miss Godfrey. Yes, dear Gina? I brought brownies to share. Narf. Aren't those for the whole class? Are you sassing me? That's what it did on here. I just reenacted the burp out. Cough. Try sassing your way out of your chess score. Dramatic music. Bum, bum, ba. At 43, but I got most of the answers right. I know. I detected points because I don't like your attitude. Now go to detention. What a psycho. Later in the facility lounge. Teaching is so rewarding. Breckenridge's face turns copy paper white, and he was already pretty pasty to begin with. Is this what she actually is like? He stammers. I nod. Oh yeah, my comics are famous for their gritty realism. Well, hello, you must be Breckenridge Puffington III. A few kids snicker. Hey, can you blame them? It is a pretty goofy name. It makes him sound more like a prince than a person. Introducing His Royal Highness, Lord Wuzzy Pants of Dweebania. Mrs. Godfrey's smiling at Breckenridge from ear to ear, which in her case is a pretty long trip. She doesn't break that out for just anyone. That's her Gina smile. Welcome to PS38. Let me show you to your desk. I give it the kids a newbie, so she's putting on an act right now. She's all gumdrops and candy canes, but give it time, and Mrs. Godzilla will show her face. Miss Godfrey fact. She hands out more detention steps than any other teachers combined. That's 40 days in a row. We slogged through some pointless worksheet. Who cares about the Battle of Yorktown? While Mrs. Godfrey briefs Breckenridge on the classroom code of conduct, or as I like to call Gina's rules to live by, I will always treat my teacher with the utmost respect. Translation: I will suck up to Mrs. Godfrey at every available opportunity. I will participate fully in class discussions. Translation: I will raise my hand and say "oh" every single time a question is asked. I will use an appropriate tone of voice at all times. Translation: I will not yell in class. Only Mrs. Godfrey yells in class. I will make my schoolwork a priority. Translation: I will do more homework than required, making everyone else look like slackers. The bell rings and we fell out with Breckenridge sticking to me like lint on a lollipop. I thought this kid was supposed to be my buddy, not my sticking shadow. You say Miss Godfrey was mean, he whispers, but she was nice to me. Yeah, well, maybe she smelled food. Do you have some kibble in your backpack? Breckenridge doesn't even crack a smile. Okay, maybe that wasn't my A-plus material, but it wasn't that bad. I try again. Hey, want to hear a few of Mrs. Godfrey's nicknames, I ask him? Crab cakes, my little phony, extra cheese, helmet hair, crankles, That's all I can see because all they were covered up by Big Nate's head and the new kid, Breckenridge. I wait for a response. Crickets, what's wrong with this kid? I'm usually good at making people laugh. Zeep, sploosh. Ha 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 ha. See what I mean? Teddy helps me to my feet, still chuckling. Did you see the sign? Maybe I would have, I snapped, trying to squeeze the water from my shirt. If Buddy had given me a heads up. Breckenridge mumbles something about trying to warn me. I don't really hear him since he has such a wimpy voice, and B, it's sort of hard to be a good listener when your underwear is soaking wet. So true. Well, what? No. Literally, whenever I was in sixth grade, let me tell you a story. In other grades, we usually go down. Well, we don't. We usually don't. We usually never went outside when it rains. But if it rained and we went outside in sixth grade and like all those other grades, I went down them, and my entire butt got wet because there's water and that soaks your pants, and then everything goes downhill from there. Tell me, it's not kind. It's not good whenever that happens. You're basically getting hypothermia in the making. Plus, I'm still having that weird feeling that I know this kid from somewhere, but again, hard to concentrate, soggy underwear. Why was there a big puddle on the floor? Breckenridge asked as I sloshed down the hallway. The roof leaks, I tell him. Can't they repair it? They never repair anything around here. This place is a dump. It's true, PS38 is falling apart. Literally, I won't even give you a full list of all the stuff that needs fixing. Just a few headlights will do. Yay, no hot water in boys' locker room. School counselor's office smells like rancid mayonnaise. How did that make you feel? Oop. Thank you. Mix the colors together and look out. Random falling debris in art studio. Green carpet in science lab is actually out of control mold colony. It's so plushy. Are so plush. Are those mushrooms edible? Well, even if this is a dump, I need to know my way around, Breckenridge points out. Yeah, okay, I'll give you a tour, but we're going to do it Nate style. See, anybody could drag Breckenridge from the nurse's office to the computer lab and every boring place in between. But it takes a special kinds of tour guide special kind of tour guide to show him some PS38's real landmarks. So away we go. Here's where Teddy set a school record for marathon belching. This is where Mark Cheswick was standing when his pants exploded. Mark Ellen Part Mary Ellen Pop Whiskey threw up on Coach John's shoes right here. And on this spot, I hit Randy in the face with a coconut yogurt pie. Who's Randy? Breckenridge squeaks. I am. Red alert, it's Randy Betancourt, PS38's President Jerkbomb. Where's a coconut yogurt pie when you need one? I hear there's a new wimp in town, he sneers, and they've asked the school's biggest loser to be his buddy. Ow. Randy shoves me aside and goes nose to nose with Breckenridge, except it's more like nose to chest. The poor kid's shaking like a blender full of jello. What's your name, Shrimp? What? Breckenridge Puffington the Third. Ha ha ha, har har, ho ho ho, ha ha. I saw this coming. Breckenridge isn't just new; he's new, dorky, and has a name that sounds like a British boarding school. The poor kid's fresh meat. Come on, guys. Randy crows. Let's give Puff Boy here an official walk on the PS38. Why don't we show him one of our beautiful toilets? I look around hopelessly. It never fails. Randy and his gang start gooning it up, and there's not a teacher in sight unless somebody steps in and does something. Breckenridge is going to get swirled. Yeah, I know I don't even like the kid, and there's only one of me against a couple of tons of them. So why should I risk my neck for Breckenridge Puffington III? Because those are what buddies are supposed to do. That's it for chapter 2. Let's talk again because we still have a few more minutes left. Now I gotta get on my homework at exactly 7 because guess what's on today? America's Got Talent, and the finale results are tomorrow. So today's just the finale. So if this were, I can, share my screen, I would. But I can't because I'd start buffering, and besides, I'm doing it on the actual YouTube website. So what I have to do here is I have to do something big, bro. I'm going to be doing a tier list, okay? Now, this tier list isn't just, any tier list, okay? This is the special tier list, okay? The special tier list. This is the biggest tier list you're ever going to see because this is the Big Nate style of a tier list. So let's look up Big Nate characters. You gotta be kidding me, right? You don't know what that is. So I'm gonna do a book review after this, okay? So we're not gonna always have reading for these live streams. Okay, guess I can't do that because it won't show me on here. But yeah. I'm gonna play Battle Prime. It's a shooting game. I know, sorry. But yeah. For even proof, see? There we go. See you guys. Don't worry, Mom. I'm almost done. I know, it gets kind of hard on those chairs, let me tell you. When I sit on this one, I just want to go back in the room. But yeah, guys, don't worry. I'm doing a new Hunger Games chapter. I think it's chapter 3 or no, it's 4 or 5. And before I do the video, I'll check and make sure, okay? Uh-oh. The stream's starting to buffer. No. We're not having this. Ow. Ow. Oh, I hear raining in my ears. I've been hearing them constantly, bro. Alright, here we go, guys. You guys can, whoever joins, I know nobody watches these, but whenever I do, what we do is basically clear near to the middle of the stream or end, or maybe just the beginning of it. I'll play some video games and just let you guys chat to each other. So as nobody watches these yet, I'll try to do daily live streams and book content if I don't get banned. So far, so good, but that doesn't mean YouTube won't, go back to its original shenanigans and ban me. But yeah. What are you talking about over there? Nose is so itchy right now. Don't want to itch it in case people think I'm picking it. Is that a new one? Oh, wow. That's not the best idea in mind, but I could have worse ideas. I could have had worse ideas. Alright, Team Deathmatch. Guys, for proof, see? This is Battle Prime. If you've ever played Battle Prime, you would know this is Battle Prime. Trust me, guys. I play Battle Prime. Battle Prime's a fun game. I'm level 22, by the way. I know nobody asked. That's what everybody says at my school. Everybody says at my school, nobody asked. Like, first of all, who asked for you to say nobody asked? Nobody. Exactly. I'm telling you, the new generation of memes and stuff are these weird, language that people use, like nobody asked or who cares, like, or your mom. Like, you gotta quit. Because how do you know they actually have a mom or a dad? Like, you gotta just, like, it just makes me so fired up. Like, every time I try to talk to someone, it's always your mom or your dad or something. And by the way, I have no dad, so it really doesn't hurt because I didn't like my dad that much, but I'm just saying. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, if you say those jokes in the real world, prepare to have a slap fest. Because that's what's gonna happen. Of course, I get beamed by a VK12. I'm telling you, bro. See? Go Prime. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Nope. Did that beam on? Can I get that on? I could beam you. I know you're right behind there. No! I got beamed on! I'm so sad.
Adam, enough.
What? I'm being an opera singer.
Please.
You don't think I could be an opera? I don't
No.
think I could be an opera singer.
No.
They're not annoying. They hit the high notes pretty well. I mean, I can hit the high note if I see a B. I mean, if I see a B, I will definitely. What? What?
No.
Yeah, I'm doing it at 7. Yeah, payback. Yes, no! I would have won! I would have won! Son of a Puffington the third boy. Time to say cheese. Nope. Oh. Yes, triple. I got triple kill. Did you hear it? I did it. I got triple. Guys, if you want to battle me in this game, it's free. So you guys can easily download it and beat me. Well, not beat me. I mean, you could beat me if you had the right strategy. But let me be the first one to tell you, use the Uzi. It's the best, bro. Because it can shoot a lot of bullets out at once. So that gives you some time to get them before they can get you. And then you have to watch your surroundings. Because if you watch your surroundings, you could win. 6 epic save. No. Yes. All right. So it's 6:45. We got like 10, 15 minutes, I think. I don't know how many minutes. Because if we take 10, we do witchcraft, which my civics teacher calls math witchcraft, which I could kind of see why. Because sometimes math for other people is the hardest thing, and for me, that is one heck of a hard thing for me. And let me be the first one to tell you, math never gets easier, okay? Math, as you go on to first grade and second grade and yada, 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 it gets harder. Trust me. I've been around there to know how hard it gets. And even though it's hard at first, some of the things, see, here's the thing about, here. I'm going to talk to you about math, okay? I'm going to tell you all my stories about math. Okay? All right, so here we go. One year in math class last year, I had the most stupidest math you could think possibly ever to earth. It's known as PSSA math, okay? PSSA math was the most stupidest math that I've ever done in my life or seen in my life. It was the most hardest, confusing math that I've ever done in my life. I ended up getting a C in that class. Mainly because of how hard it was, okay? The things that made that class harder than heck, I'm not going to curse because I'm a kid, even though I do off stream. It's harder than heck, okay? Because everything about that is just hard, okay? Literally, guys, I'm telling you the truth. If you do math, you would understand. Like, it is just one of the hardest things in mankind. Literally, guys. No joke. It is probably the hardest thing you're ever going to do. Is that. But here's the story. So one year, I'm gonna change the story. But one of these times, I had a friend, okay, and my friend was chasing because sometimes he has some anger issues back then. He still does. I've seen it. He goes ahead and he tries to chase a girl. My thing is that I just want him to leave people alone. So I go up the slide. Well, Brett, on the other hand, comes down the slide. And I think I pulled him down so he wouldn't, mess with the girl. So he ended up falling either on my foot or arm. And I swear I broke it. It was the most unbearable pain I've ever had in my foot or arm. Literally. Now here's another one. I was at a festival a few weeks ago. I think it was a month ago, just about. It will be in a few days. It was on the 20th of August, I think. Now, what happened was I was versing another person at this like race, which was an obstacle course, which was a inflatable obstacle course. And in that obstacle course, some of the worst things you could think of happened. One, I fell on my hand and broke. No, not broken. But what happened is, the kid pulled me down. So I turned, and right when I turned, I heard a snap in my back. And when I got up, I could barely talk. I could barely move. I could barely breathe. I thought for sure I broke a rib cage. I was like, no, 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 I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And everybody was looking at me like I had 6 heads, which I might as well have 6 heads, and I just don't know it. I might be too blind to see it, but right now I don't look like I have 6 heads. But back then, I looked like I had at least probably 9 times 2. 9 to the 9th power. Wait. Whatever equals 81. 9 times 9. Looks like I had 81 heads. Okay? Like had 91 heads all over the place. I had it all over the place. Literally, everybody looked at me like I was a cuckoo brain. And then another person, which I love that they said it, thank you, God bless you. It said, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I just think I sprained my, I don't know if I said that, but it hurt his head, bro. It hurt more than I've ever, it was like an unbearable pain. If anything, that was the worst one yet. But the thing about that one was, I didn't really feel pain. It just went completely numb. Like maybe I felt pressure there, and yeah, okay, fine, yeah, it did hurt. I was trying to think of that, but yeah, it did hurt. It hurt more than anything, bro. That was like, wow, bro. That was unbearable. Like the most unbearable pain I've ever experienced. I for sure thought I was gonna die. Literally, no joke. Cause if your rib breaks, it can potentially pierce your heart and kill you. But that's rarely happens, which is good. But thank you to whoever liked the stream. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I realized somebody watched the stream and then they left. But yeah. So, I do have a book review, which I want to get that over with 9 minutes until I have to end this live stream. Here's the cool thing about this is here, ready? So here we go. So the book review is on Beverly Right Here. Okay, so at the beginning, I read this on Laughing Moment. Beverly Right Here was a unique book. It wasn't unique in a good way. At first, I was like, okay, it was unique, and it was a good unique. And I thought, okay, this book was, it's good. But later on, that's when the book and the plot, and just the entire story to the book, falls apart. Beverly Right Here was meant to be good, but in the terms of with good words and good description and good imagery, no. Near to the end, everything started to fall apart. Beverly would not shut up about the dead dog, which I know. I wouldn't shut up if which were potentially might if I do my chores and get good grades the rest of this year. We could be getting a dog next year. And if you guys don't know what I'm naming it, it's Quandao Dingle Dingle. That's what I'm naming the dog. It's official that you might be seeing Captain Quandao Dingle Dingle on my live streams. I don't know how we're going to do that because we have carpet, but you know what cleaning stuff can do? It can wipe away all that shenanigans. I'm not going to say that word because I don't want YouTube to think I'm inappropriate again. But moving on, what I'm trying to say is Beverly Right Here was unique at the beginning. I don't know how they messed up the ending, but they did. So here's the spoiler alert for the entire rest of this live stream. Mainly what happens is basically we see her mother. They don't see her mother because they don't put any freaking pictures in this book whatsoever. But the thing that makes this book so disappointing is the fact that you don't get to see the mom that much. You don't really get to hear much about some of the other characters that were actually unique and actually decent. We see Beverly and other people too. And the mainly thing, we only basically see Beverly. I mean, yeah, maybe there are many parts where we don't just see her and her with other people, but every chapter, there at least has to be some depressing line in there or some word that always says about her dead dog. At least all of her actions in this book, leads up to her basically leaving her house, running away, all because of her dead dog. That's what I see in this book. Is absolutely nothing. Because literally, guys, you can't blame me for not liking Beverly Right Here. I mean, it's trash. I mean, at the end, all she did was nonstop talking. Her dog, something about her dog dying and how she fell. And I know it's a good thing to get your emotions out, but talking about it every dang chapter is like you're over exaggerating it. I mean, yes, it's sad. And yes, it's really, really sad. But I feel ya. I feel ya. But the thing is, they talk about it so much that it's so unlikable. I mean, who can blame me? It's unlikable. I don't know who would potentially want to enjoy reading a Beverly Right Here book whenever there's so many more books out there that are better. Heck, you should go ahead and read Raleigh Jefferson's Awesome Friendly Adventure. Oh, don't get me started with that book. But so help me goodness, this book was a lot worse than that book. Literally, I don't know how they messed up and they, messed up the freaking ending of that book, but they made the ending go from completely trash to dog water. I don't know how you can potentially do that. I don't know if you have greasy hands or greasy burgers or greasy cheeseburgers or whatever. It's not right to make such an interesting book to being an interesting piece of crap dog water mixed with cat food and dogfish combined. That equals the biggest combustion mess that they're ever created in the universe. Okay? It's a mixture of dog food and cat food and fish food and dead fishes and dogs and cats mixed together in one big ball of this big emotions and everything like that. It's terrible. It's like another thing. It's like cat litter and dog food and cat food and mixture of like old moldy food mixed together with the Beverly Right Here taste of medicine. Like, it absolutely is not good. Okay? If you potentially like this book, I feel bad for you. But that's your opinion. You can like it. I ain't forcing my opinion like some YouTubers do. Why do you force your opinion? Like, allow people to have their own. If we were all the same, then there would be no intentions of ever going for your dream, because everybody would have the same dreams, same talents. Everybody would succeed, and the same thing. So, I mean, it's good to have different opinions. It's good to have different books. It's good, okay? Oh, my head hurts now. My head is killing me now. Crap. But anyway, I'm just saying it. I'm just stating a fact. Like the mixture of having Beverly Right Here with cat food, dog litter, cat litter, mixture with really, really bad, moldy, disgusting food, with mixture of moldy dresses combined together to create this big bowl of negative energy that Beverly gives me. The book potentially does not make any sense whatsoever. The plot sucks to the book. I hate to say the words because I said again, it began really well. But at the end, that's when it didn't end so well. Okay? It's like it goes like this. And it explodes.
Okay, Adam.
Like I don't know, guys. Talking about that book makes me go completely haywire. And I think you guys just saw it. I mean, I wish the book had somewhat of a good detail to it. I wish the book had somewhat of a good story plan, like a good storyline to it, and a plot to it. And I wish my review of the book would have been so much better than this, but it ain't. I just hate the fact that we didn't get to see the mother that much. Yeah, the mother drove her so crazy to the point where she left the house and ran away. But at the same time, the only good character in this book was Lula. And yet Lula looked like she's about to die at the end of the book. Gave me a heart attack almost. Because over here is Lula. It said the screaming sound like Lula or something. That was the end of one of the chapters. I literally almost had a heart attack because I thought for sure the best character in this entire book was gonna die. And that was a good thing. Now and the whole thing about what's his name? Oh my gosh, I forget his name. Oh shoot. Okay, I forget his name, but the plot twist to it was also unique. It was actually pretty good. The plot twist was like one of the good guys turns out to be the bad guys, which ends up robbing a place, and he's gonna break someone's kneecaps or something. But yeah, like it was unique. I liked the book. Wait, I hate the book. Sorry, I was thinking something else. I hate the book, but when it comes to good plot twist, this book I actually kind of thought the book was good with the plot twist, but with the overall book, it was a complete mess and horrible. Ah, I hate the fact that this book was not worth. The book was just trash.
Hello?
But thank you for listening to this live stream. I'll see you all tomorrow, guys. Bye, guys. Say bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
No, say bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.